All right, Rachel, we like to have some fun, and that means reacting to videos on the internet that James sends us. And the latest one is a fun one because it's Gary Vaynerchuk, who I find personally very entertaining.
Yes.
Generally insightful. He's got a potty mouth, so, luckily this clip is safe.
Prepare your hearts.
This clip is safe. It's radio friendly, guys.
Okay.
Don't worry. The FCC's not coming after us. But he's talking about investing. Now, he's a social media expert, entrepreneur, author, speaker, but he's big into the trendy investments of the day, including NFTs and crypto and all that stuff.
Very cool.
So yes, he's very cool. We disagree on a lot of things in the financial space, but he had something interesting to say because he does have his finger on the pulse of the trends that are happening out there among the youth of America. So let's see what Gary has to say.
The youth.
If you go look at TikTok accounts of 15, 16, 17-year-olds, you have 16-year-olds that have in their bio, investor. And I'm like, this is profound. What I'm seeing is a bigger combo. The rise of people saying, I'm an investor too, and then the rise of what they want to invest in. So now you've got 15 to 30-year-olds that think about investing, but they don't want to buy a one-family bedroom and make recurring revenue on rent. They want to buy a pair of Nikes that are going to go up 2x. They want to buy John Morant rookie cards. They want the NFT to put in their social media profile, and they want it to go up. That's very different than buying 75 shares of Turner, because investing is now more pop culture and fashion. Everyone now sees it as a viable cultural thing you do, and they just are gonna do it in new stuff. So alternative investments, that is a big deal, and it hasn't begun.
Interesting.
And it hasn't begun.
He's teasing it, Rachel. This is the future we're living in. It's no longer just Pokemon cards.
But I feel like people always kind of did that kind of stuff, though. I mean, not like NFTs, obviously, but I feel like...
But now with social media, it's a different ballgame because it's like a flex now to have this facade of like, I'm an investor. Like, that's who I am as a person.
It's such a funny word. I knew a guy, one of my cousin's friends, and he would come to drive to Nashville because we have a Nike outlet in Cool Springs outside of Nashville. And he would come and like rack up, and he had an online store, and he would sell shoes. That was like his thing, and he'd drive around, but he also had like a full-time job, but it was like this side thing. And
his side hustle.
But I feel like it paid pretty well, so I'm like, I mean, great. That's awesome.
Well, these people are passionate about a certain little, niche, whether it's shoes or NFTs, and they kind of make it a side hustle, and they might make a little money, and sometimes it turns into a full-time gig for some people.
Yeah, and it's not a bad thing, but it can't be your only thing. Like when you're still not, in my opinion, investing in the things that have a long track record, that are predictable, that you know what's going to happen, aka the market or 401ks, Roth IRAs, like especially with retirement, like that stuff for me is still a no-brainer. And then once you've done that and you want to go dabble in something with some money, knowing it's kind of a gamble, I mean, that's your prerogative. That's what you want to do. But,
yes.
But it's fascinating how it's trendy though, which I kind of appreciate. I'm so glad money has become like being smart.
It's cool to talk about now.
Yes.
Which is fun. But there is a piece of this where anything, I've said, if you follow the trends, you will fall for the traps. And that is my worry with what's
100%.
happening, is that these folks are falling into NFTs and they spend $2,000 on an NFT and they go to try to resell it and nobody wants it for $10. And that's what we're seeing.
Which is
there.
happening.
Yes.
That whole industry.
It's a reality that I was worried about.
Absolutely tanked. Absolutely tanked. So it's all a gamble. Like when you're doing something new and what's on trend, it's a gamble. You have to know that. So don't.
So we're not mad at that stuff. Just to be clear, we're not like, no, those get off my lawn. It's just more of a, if you're following our baby steps, you're investing 15% of your income into retirement, meaning your 401ks, your IRAs, mutual funds, before we start going, all right, we're going to have some play money. We're going to invest in some shoes, some crypto. We're not mad at that. But don't make that your investing plan overall. That is not a good strategy.
Because honestly, the crypto and the NFT, the way it's gone, is not good.
Not good at all.
Not good. So
I know someone, Rachel, very personally, who put their entire life savings into Dogecoin.
No.
We're talking over $400,000.
George, I'm right here.
James is right there. I wish I could say it was James. It wouldn't make me happy. I don't want, and I don't wish that for James. But out of all the smart people in my life, that's not James. That 400-something thousand turned into 80,000.
Oh man!
And now they are in debt to Fidelity for hundreds of thousands of dollars for margin calls, and it's greed, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's get rich quick, and it's what we rally against every day here at Ramsey Solutions. For 30 years, Dave has been rallying against this culture of get rich quick, and the trends change. It used to be zero down real estate and gold and buy this course, and now it's sneakers.
Yep.
Who knew?
Who knew?
So it's part of what we do at our Building Wealth event, Rachel, which we didn't mean, this is not a pitch, but it's what we do at this Building Wealth event. We've been taking around the country. We've got 4 or 5 of these events this fall, and Dave does a great talk about what he's seen in 30 years when it comes to investing and get rich quick, and then we lay out the plan to get rich the right way, and it's usually a lot slower.
It's slower and not as exciting. Can we say that, George? I feel like we would have a very exciting message if we were like
had a webinar or a seminar. We had all the youth in America there, and we were like, "Your 401k, guys, is going to get your." They're all going to stare at us and leave, and go buy NFTs.
We're like, go fund your 401k. It's so great.
And in 20 years, you'll be a millionaire.
And then other people are like, "This is awesome. This NFT, these sneakers, all of it. Like, this is the future. This is what's happening." And it might, right? Like, I'm the humble opinion. Things may change.
I'm not mad at
anyone.
But
I need at least a long track record before I go and put my own money in it.
Yes. And so that is the bigger issue. And these 16, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, they're living with mom and dad probably. And some of them are amazing entrepreneurs. And I'm like, these are the kids we're all going to be working for one day. These are really sharp, amazing kids. And what I want for them is to have a long-term success, not short-term success and flail out. And they're also trying to pay off their student loan debt because they wandered into that. And they also have credit card debt and a car loan because they're flexing for the gram. And so this is where it becomes you're doing too many things at once, and you're never going to build wealth that way. That lasts.
Yep.
So there's my soapbox for the day.